to the high school. So I spent every day during football season at school at 4:30 a.m. by myself. I would be in the whole building, and the school wouldn't be on lock, and it would be cold, and I had to sit outside in the cold every morning waiting for the principal to come unlock the school. The principal probably got there about 6:30 or 7. So I sat there from dark, it was black dark outside by myself. And I would tell my brother, you know what, you're just a slave working on the plantation. They got y'all out there pumping iron, pumping yourselves up. Ain't nothing up here. It's all right there. I told him that I hate football. I hate it today. I hate all sports. I don't mind saying. I wish they'd discontinue all of them. I hate them. And I wondered, I said the other day, do I hate sports because I hate sports? Or do I hate sports because of that negative connotation and that thing that I had to endure? But my escape was art and creating things and making something. And my mom knew she couldn't break me because you take my toys away from me, that's fine. I don't want them anyway. I'll make some. That was my whole thing when I was a kid. So that painting is called High School Plantation. If you look, I took those images from my mom's high school yearbook, which was Carver High School. It was a segregated school just right down the street over here at the water park. But I took images from her high school yearbook of football teams, and I tried to stack them almost like a slave ship on that painting. And if you look, there's little pictures of like Abraham Lincoln, and there's other like symbols of slavery on there as well. And the kid in the painting is not my brother, it's actually Dontavius Jackson. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but he is my cousin. And I actually tried to adopt Dontavius because his mother died of cancer, and his grandmother was taking care of her, and the doctor slipped during some laser surgery and cut her the wrong way, and she died too. So he was, I guess, somewhat of an orphan, and some more people took him in, but I really tried to adopt him myself. He went on, though, to go to the University of Georgia. I mean, he beat the heck out of the odds. He has an incredible story to tell. So there's beauty in those ashes of that painting. But that painting is about the continued, and I don't care who I make mad about it, because again, I'm not painting to please people, I'm painting to get this out of me and on canvas. And I think we achieve freedom when we do that and don't fear anything or any man, you hear me? So it continues on. You know, he put these kids in these low classes just to get by, right? Just so they can keep playing football and contribute to somebody's pockets somewhere and make the school look good. And I worked there at the school too for like 20 some odd years. I just walked out like in 2015 and said, I can't do it anymore. Actually, I didn't even go in. I sent an email and said, I ain't coming back anymore, bye. Felicia. I mean, really. Anybody else, any other? I hope I answered your questions about that. Good. Anybody else, any other images you saw? Oh, yes, sir.
I was asking your sister, you feel very free to explain, so I don't feel like I'm offending you, but the clocks.
Oh, it's so. I was looking at that clock as you were talking. I was like, wow, that's Salvador Dali. There's
clocks. A person evidently suffering, hanging, and you have 5 different school clocks in there. I have an idea what it is, but well, what's your motivation? Every piece of art is motivated by some event. So.
Okay, so we'll start with the actual piece itself. I can't think of the name of that painting, Tim, but it's some kind of death sentence. Lest we forget. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, thank you for that. I love you. She's coming to my studio tomorrow too with what, 15 boys and girls? We're studying Gerald Byrd. Do you know him? Y'all know him? He's a scrape artist. He puts paint down and scrapes. That's what we're doing tomorrow with your mom's school, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So, what was the question? Oh, clocks, yes. Oh, so that painting is called Lest We Forget. I actually researched the methods in which they punished slaves who disobeyed, who broke eggshells or put rocks in the cotton or looked at a white woman or talked back or didn't work fast enough or hard enough. So what they would do is they would take the slave alive, and they would take that hook that you see, and they would feel for the rib right here, the bottom rib, and then go through there, hook the rib, and then hang them up like that. And they would last a couple days in that position, and you just watch them die. And so I tried to make that cotton, which is, I think, the foundation of all, not all of it, but a lot of the evil that happened. For some reason, we think it's just cotton, but it's not just cotton. I mean, they actually laid the foundation with shovels and picks for where we stand right now, because the terrain was rough. They had to cut down trees and all kinds of things for free, right? So I tried to make that cotton almost look as graceful and almost romantic, because I tried to make him look as if he were doing a swan dive. And I wanted it to feel elegant, but at the same time, I wanted you to feel the pain of it. The hands represent the turning back of time, back to that time all over again, because I'm an NPR fan. Are you? Anybody? I bet this room is full of NPR fans. I listen to NPR quite a bit, and the other day they had on a piece about the death sentence and capital punishment, how they were going to try to bring back some of the old methods for killing people. And lynching was one, and firing squads, and the state of Georgia will adopt some of those that they mentioned. I heard that on NPR, so it's so sad that it's coming back. And that's what those clocks represent, the turning back of the hands. If we're not careful, we're gonna let history repeat itself. But I think if we work together and we stick together and love one another and forget about the differences that we have, because we really don't have that many, right? And just bond together. I heard last night that somebody's upset about something, being too black or something like that. Too black, are we not in this together? What is too black? We're all brothers and sisters, right? And I hope that's what we get from this show. And I said too, if anybody has something to say about my paintings that's ugly, or why is he painting Carrollton? It's not like that. I've heard that over and over and over with the pine cone incident with me. I don't know if you heard about me picking up pine cones, that viral video or whatever that was on the Facebook. But people were sending me messages like, Carrollton is not bad. Carrollton, you're lying, and Carrollton is a good place, and I don't see that. I've never seen it. I'm like, my dear, you're white. Of course you don't see it. Just shut up, be quiet, and appreciate my story. Close your mouth. You don't have to say anything back. You don't always have to have a punchline for everything I say. This woman told me at work one time, you just need to stop. You ain't never picked no cotton. I'm like, lady, shut up. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that I ain't never picked no cotton. I suffer every day because of my ancestors who picked cotton. I have to suffer because of that every day. To go in a store and people start grabbing their purses and running from me, and I don't mean any harm at all. Then they see me in the store, like say I'm in Target, Katie, where's Katie? Where's when they see me and they grab Katie, and then look at me and Katie looks at me. How would that make you feel? Like I am not a criminal. Yet they treat me like when the same thing happened today, I was picking up those pine cones in the park. The man came to me and threatened me or whatever, he was gonna kill me or whatever, he was gonna put his dog on me or whatever he was gonna do to me that in the park that day. That man, what happened in the moment was I thought about Trayvon Martin, and I thought about those young African-American males who were unarmed and killed. I thought about the things that I had said about them. I said, oh, if they had their pants pulled up, that wouldn't have happened. Or if he didn't have that hoodie on or those dreads or whatever, this is the way they look. Here I am, Mr. Preppy himself, with a button-down shirt on, horn-rimmed glasses, clean cut, everything clean, out there picking up pine cones. Then I told this man who I was. I had to pull the Superman card like, I happen to be Gerald Byrd. And he was like, I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're yellow, orange, green, purple, red. I don't care. He didn't hear a word I was saying. All he saw was the color of my skin. And that hurts. I hope I answered whatever the question was about a chair or a clock. What other questions do we have? Anybody else? Yes, sir.
The piece in the corner of the gentleman in boxing trunks.
Oh,
Is
that
there,
piece.
Any literary
Tell me.
reference taking place today?
There's a lot of references. Louise found one that I didn't think about, the hanging, and she's like, oh, he's hung, and I'm sorry, you're 13, but you probably don't even know what that means. But am I embarrassing you to say that? I had never thought about that before, but. Well, I think it's called lust and loathing. Like, you hate me, yet you see me as a sex symbol. You know what I mean? I know plenty of white women who told me, oh my God, I saw so-and-so with his shirt off, and oh my God, he was to die for. But would you date him? Oh no. Can't do that. So it's called lust and loathing. And there's some lynchings in there too that surprised me in my research. Like, I'm so ignorant. We weren't taught that they lynched women and children. You can see that there's women and children hanging in the trees, And that was inspired by Strange Fruit. Y'all know Strange Fruit? Billie Holiday, that's exactly right. A very dark and morbid funeral director song, as you said earlier. I look like a funeral director. But I hope I answered your question about that as well. And then, I don't know if you notice words like freedom is in that painting, but it's halfway painted and it's blurred out because injustice is scratched through and things, and you know why. Yes, ma'am.
Wasn't there commentary on the piece where you have your sisters featured in it too, two women, crucifixion?
Oh, well, in our house, we grew up with positive black images, but the one image, I'll just say we grew up with positive black images. Our mother took us to Greenbrier Mall, which in the 70s was like a fabulous place for African Americans. We would go there and we would see people from the magazines with furs on. They were tall and beautiful. They were all black. They had their hair braided. They were sophisticated and all that. So I think it was important for us to see that because we didn't see that in Carrollton. But I heard Dick Gregory say the other day, he said, you know, I gave the key to the city to Dick Gregory too, and one of my paintings when he was here. I know y'all know Dick Gregory, right? Oh, comedian from the 60s. He's very, he's an activist too, you know, on the Cosby Show and all that.
Dick Gregory?
Dick Gregory, yeah.
It's the running for president guy.
He didn't die?
I think so.
Dick Gregory? No, he's still alive. Did he run for president?
Wasn't that part of his,
He's done a little bit of everything. But I gave him one of my paintings a couple years ago, and I gave him the key to the city here in Carrollton too. But I heard him say, you know, I go to China, there's the Chinese Jesus up there on the wall. I go to Italy, there's the Italian Italy on the wall. I go to this country or that country. Go to Africa, they got the black Jesus up. I come to the United States of America, go into a black church, there's the white Jesus just up there on the wall. So in our house, my sister had black dolls. We had black G.I. Joe figures. That's all we've ever known. Yet and still, in my mother and father's bedroom, on the wall above the bed was a picture of the Virgin Mary